Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, Kia Islanders work on recovery. PM welcomes Australian Army help. And local designers welcome move.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
The people of Kia are slowly coming to terms with the devastation and destruction caused by Tisiasa almost 2 weeks ago. Kia Island has 3 villages, Daku, Lingau and the most affected Yaro village. Eleanor Turangeview has more.
Stories of survival coming out of Yaro village on Kia Island reflect that of strength, courage and resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity.
Everything that we know that was our livelihood, all reduced to these ruins.
Babies stuck in suitcases, boxes and bags, and families taking shelter under their tables and beds as they struggled to survive the battering by Tisiasa on the night of December 17.
When the winds become stronger, my husband told us to take shelter in the room. We had told my daughter and her children, a 5-year-old and a 5-month-old, to take cover under the bed.
The day after, villagers were left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. Almost everything was gone. 28 of the 37 homes flattened.
We couldn't save anything from my home. Everything was damaged, even our clothes, all gone with the wind.
The 3 homes left standing became the village's only hope of safety. It's in these 3 homes that they would continue to take shelter for several more days.
We've been staying in the 3 evacuation centers since the cyclone, at the nursing station, another home and a hall. We only just returned to our homes on Sunday.
Today, 13 days after the devastation, villagers are slowly rebuilding their lives thanks to humanitarian assistance both locally and abroad.
Food, clothes, everything you could want came.
With hearts full of gratitude, the villagers stride on in an attempt to return their lives to normalcy, despite knowing fully well it will take years to fully recover from the destruction and devastation. Eleanor Turangeview, FBC News.
Prime Minister Warenge Bainimarama has welcomed the captain and crew of Australian naval vessel, the HMAS Adelaide, to Fiji. In a Twitter post this morning, Bainimarama says Fiji has adapted to its COVID-safe protocols so that our Wubale from the Australian Defence Force can safely assist in rebuilding following severe Tisiasa. The Prime Minister adds Fiji does not get too many boatloads of Aussies these days, referring to border closures caused by COVID-19. The HMAS Adelaide is carrying more than 600 personnel to assist in rehabilitating communities affected by the Category 5 cyclone. The crew will be required to complete 14 days of quarantine and test negative to COVID-19 before being allowed to disembark. The government has managed to secure 4 shipments of wood chips to China after a lapse of 4 years. Minister for Forestry, Osea Naingamu, says the ministry is doing all it can to rejuvenate the forestry sector. He says stakeholders need to work together to increase the forestry sector's contribution to the economy. The minister has encouraged forestry stakeholders not to be complacent and work together to help all Fijians. Local fabric designers are benefiting from the government's decision to ease social gathering restrictions amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Designer Sanaila Nahuto says customer demand picked up since the end of November as there were a lot of functions across the country where Fijians opted for uniform hand-printed fabrics or kalawata. He initially targeted customers within the Nadronga Nawosa province before requests came in from different parts of Fiji and other countries through social media and word of mouth.
The demand the demand is really good, and what I can say, 80% actually for business workers, usually specified on Pacific travelers for meeting. I think that's where they got their taste of this printing product.
With 3 weeks left to the new academic year, many families have already started their back-to-school shopping to avoid any last-minute rush. Shoppers in the capital city were this morning spotted crossing off items from their children's book lists and taking advantage of festive sales and stationery. Anna Rongowakalali says parents should use this time to get their children ready for school given the current economic challenges.
We're still in the festive season, so the bookshops would still be not as full as it will be when school's about to start.
Well, I guess because prices are more cheaper during this time, which is why they come in early. Yeah, basically that is why they come in early for the shopping.
French couturier Pierre Cardin has died. Cardin made his name by selling designer clothes to the masses, his fortune by being the first to exploit that name as a brand for selling everything from cars to perfume. Up ahead, 2 more local coaches paid by Sports Commission and more awareness for Cricket Fiji.
Oira na ngone no de nunu ena be singa ni mataka.
Mersi sunga da kena loma dina kena mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no na baksangai ka wala loma takina ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama ki rau ena be mataka.
Oni ti kena makarombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Indah pindah na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
There are now 3 qualified Fijian coaches being paid by the Fiji Sports Commission. For the past few years, overseas coaches were paid by the Sports Commission through the government's International Coaching Grant. However, earlier this year, Fiji Mbati head coach Joe Rambele Ndakuitonga became the first local coach to be paid by the Commission because of his international experience. Sports Commission Chair Peter Maisie says Fijiana 7's mentor Sayasi Fuli and Fijiana 15's coach Sairusi Serwakula are the latest local coaches with internationally recognized accreditation.
All along it was that they had to be fully qualified internationally and have coached internationally, and all of those coaches have done so. We've got to remember when the Prime Minister put the coaching program in place, it was principally because we didn't have any qualified coaches.
The Fijiana 7's team will be tested next season after taking an 8-month break from the World 7 Series. Fijiana coach Sayasi Fuli says they normally would take part in the Cape Town and Dubai 7s this month, but due to the pandemic, both tournaments have been cancelled. Fuli says the long break may put players off track.
This is a very testing time for the girls. We have the festive season, the challenge now, because we don't have the series, the Dubai and the Cape Town supposed to be happening in December, and now it's a challenge for them to keep working hard and also follow the program and the camps and go through this tough period of festive season.
Cricket Fiji's efforts to raise awareness and development in the sport continues in its weekly training program through its High Performance Unit. The program was set up for women cricketers to upskill themselves and prepare for the league competition next week. Since majority of the participants are secondary school students, Cricket Fiji Development Officer Sitireni Rokoro says they have had to make several adjustments to the training schedule. Rokoro is hopeful that come the league competition, these women will be ready.
Most of our women cricketers are students, secondary school students. Even though the delay of exams due to TC-IASA, but the numbers that have been attending so far, it's been encouraging as well to the coaches as well in terms of their eagerness to learn these new skills. And hopefully when we start with our league on the 9th of January, next Saturday, we will see an improvement in all these areas of skills.
Arsenal made 2 wins within a week as they beat Brighton 1-0 in the Premier League this morning. The win sees Arsenal climb to 13th with 20 points, while Brighton remains 2 points above the drop zone in 17th. An active trough of low pressure remains slow moving over the group. It is expected to gradually weaken from today, but still is bringing some cloud and rain to the southern parts of the country. That's FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care. Good afternoon.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही है।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।